Greetings and salutations. Thank you for lending an ear to The Voice of the Times this Saturday, November 28, 2020. For today's editorial, good news from the Senate. Thursday was Thanksgiving Day for our American friends, but the day gave us our own reasons to be thankful as well, with the passage of two critical pieces of legislation in the Senate. On Thursday, by a 22-0 vote, the Senate passed House Bill 7727, the proposed 4.506 trillion peso national budget for 2021. Also on Thursday, as reported by the Department of Finance or DOF in a social media post, the Senate passed Senate Bill 1357, known as the Corporate Recovery and Tax Incentives for Enterprises or CREATE Act, by a vote of 20-1. The budget measure contains about 1.121 trillion pesos in total infrastructure spending, spread out among various agencies, as well as a number of initiatives to provide social and economic support to help the country recover from the recession caused by the coronavirus disease 2019 or COVID-19 pandemic. As the government's fiscal year corresponds to the calendar year, passage of the Annual General Appropriations Act by early December is essential in order that the President may review the measure and sign it into law before year end. Although passage of the budget by the Senate was expected, the DOF did express a bit of apprehension that it would be completed on time, as the senators were contending with a number of obstacles, including floods and power outages caused by recent typhoons, connectivity problems, and other limitations on conducting normal legislative business due to the ongoing pandemic. The DOF feared a repeat of 2019, when enactment of the budget was delayed for 4.5 months due to legislative infighting, forcing the government to use the 2018 budget in the meantime and reducing government spending only to minimum essentials. The DOF earlier said a reenacted budget would cut government spending by about 1.1 billion pesos per day and have dire effects on the government's ability to manage the pandemic. That concern has been greatly reduced by the Senate's relatively quick passage of the budget bill, though it has not yet been completely eliminated. It was at this point in late 2018 when the respective versions of the Senate and House budget bills went to the bicameral conference committee that the squabble began between the two houses of Congress that caused the delay in the 2019 budget. There are not now any indications of similar difficulties in the offing this year, but given past experience, the DOF and the rest of the Duterte administration will surely not breathe a sigh of relief until the final compromise bill reaches the President's desk. The passage of the CREATE bill, a version of which has likewise passed the House, came as a bit of a surprise, at least in terms of its timing, as it has been a contentious issue for nearly 3 years and through 3 different versions of the measure. Finance Secretary Carlos Dominguez III was confident the bill would pass, but before Thursday, the best guess of anyone outside the Senate was that it might be delayed until after the Christmas holiday recess. The CREATE bill provides for a reduction in the corporate income tax rate from its current 30% to 20%. When the bill is enacted into law, the tax rate will be immediately reduced to 25% and then incrementally lowered to 20% over the next few years. It also completely reconfigures the country's system of fiscal incentives to businesses, making them time-bound and better rationalizing their economic impact for the country. While no one was arguing against a reduction in corporate income tax rates, particularly because of the indirect stimulus that represents for businesses that have been affected by the pandemic, the rationalization of fiscal incentives was a sticking point. Now that an agreeable compromise has apparently been reached, the rest of the government's broader tax reform program can move forward. We have often been critical of the performance of the Senate and certainly will be so again when circumstances warrant. But credit must be given when credit is earned. It is heartening to see the Senate move purposefully to complete its work on these two critical measures, especially under conditions that have been less than ideal. We hope that the senators will be able to maintain the energy and level of commitment they have displayed. And that's the editorial for Saturday, November 28, 2020. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print, subscribe to our digital edition, or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and listen to The Voice of the Times.